Good afternoon, everyone. So this is Divine Occurable. So I said I'll be solving the question on dimension yesterday in the group. So before we go there, let me just take you on a brief explanation. So this is what we call fundamental quantities. These are the foundation of physics. That means anything you'll be doing in physics, like motion, displacement, all kind of calculations are formed from these major ones: mass, and these are the SI units. The SI unit of mass is kg. The SI unit of length, this length can also be called distance, is meter. The SI unit of time is seconds. The SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. The SI unit of current is ampere. Notice that this length, when this length is distance, is still meter. When this length is height, is also meter. So we have derived quantities. Derived quantities means any other thing in physics that you want to solve, you will get it from these ones that are here. Look at it. For instance, if they ask you to find the area is gotten from length times length. Length times length is what? Meter times meter, to give you meter square. Then we have velocity too. Distance over time. Distance is what? Meter. Time is what? Seconds. So once you do meter over seconds, it will be meter per seconds. You can write it like this, or write it like this. This is if you know indices. Then acceleration too is also velocity over time. What is velocity here? Meter per second. So some people may be confused. Let me solve this now. Once you do meter per seconds over seconds, these seconds will come here again to meet this one. It should now be what? Meter per second square. So that's how we get this one here. Meter per second square. So force is mass times acceleration due to gravity. So what is mass? Remember, mass is kg. What is acceleration? Meter per second square. So once you times this one by kg, it will give you what? Kg meter per second square. So the unit of force is kg meter per second square. So that is how we get unit. We get every other thing from this one: mass, length, time, temperature, current. I think the other two, but you don't need this for jump. Then this is, remember, these ones are what I call units. Let me write it there so you won't be confused. Units, SI units, that is standard international units. Then from what, but the question they ask for dimensions. So in dimensions is very simple. This mass that is here, instead of writing the unit kg, you write the first letter of the word. Check it. So just remember, first letter of the word. What is the first letter of the word? M. What is the first letter of the word here? L. What is the first letter of the word here? T. So you'll be using this theory very well for your jump. MLT. So in this place, instead of writing meter square, for instance, if you want to find the dimension, what will you write? What is length? L square. So this place, instead of writing distance over time, what is distance here? Length. What is time here? It will be what? L over T. Do you now understand? That's why I say if you come here, instead of using the units, we use M for mass. That's what I write here. L to represent length, T to represent time. For example, find the dimension of force. The dimension of force in this question, I've told you that force is mass and acceleration due to gravity. What is mass? This one is mass. This one is mass. This is acceleration due to gravity. So once you do kg times meter per second square, it will give you this. So instead of writing kg meter per second square, what is kg in dimension? I told you in dimension we use the first alphabet. Instead of writing kg, we write what? Mass. Instead of writing length, we write L. Instead of writing meter, we write L. Instead of writing seconds, we write T for time. So what do we just do here? We just replace this one with the first letter of each word. That is M for mass. So instead of writing kg, we write M. L for length. Instead of writing meter, which is this one, we write L. S for seconds. Instead of writing seconds, we write T. So once we come here, MLT minus 2. So if you notice, this one and this one are the same thing. It's just that this one is what? unit. This one is what? Dimension. Right, pardon my bad handwriting here. So anytime you want to solve a question, first find what I always do for in JAMB. First find the unit. Once you get the unit, just replace this kg with m, replace this meter with l for length, replace this seconds with t. So let's now go to the question I asked you yesterday. So the first question I asked was in what? Elastic stress. First of all, if you want to know dimension, you must first know formula. If you don't know formula, you will just miss it in JAMB. That is all the truth. So the formula for elastic stress is force over area. So how will you know this formula? By reading your book and by solving question. So what is force in the question we solved before? Kg meter per second squared. Notice the unit of force can also be called Newton. But because we want to solve, we have to write it like this so that it will be easy for us to divide. Over force over area. What is area? I told you that area is length times length, which is what? Meter square. This is it here. So this m here will cancel this meter square. Yeah, it will now turn to what? If one m cancel one m down, it will now remain, this raised to power 2 will change to what? M raised to power 1. So this m raised to power 1, if you know indices, once you carry it up here, it will change to what? M raised to power minus 1. So that is what? Kg m raised to power minus 1, s raised to power minus 2. So this is like mass times distance raised to power minus 1 times time raised to power minus 2. So what are we going to do to get the dimension? Look at it here. Replace kg to mass m, replace this one to l minus 1, replace this one to t minus 2. Very simple. So from the unit, you just change it, you get your dimension. So let's now check for this one again. Oh, this video is getting too long. Gravitational constants. The formula for gravitational constant, I said you just need to know formula, is what? G equals to force times distance square over meter square. So how did you get this? So the formula is what? F equals to G m square over r square. This m is representing, this formula is gotten from Newton law. They say one in gravity, the force between two in gravity is directly proportional to the product of the masses, that is m times m square, and is indirectly proportional to the distance between the masses square, that is r square. So what I'm trying to say that this m is representing this m, okay, I've written it here before. This arrow that is here is representing the distance between the 2 meter, then this m is representing the mass. So we now bring it back to our formula. Remember I said the formula is what? F r square over m square. Remember this arrow is representing distance, this m is representing mass. So let's go back to our question. So what is force? Force is kg meter per second square times what is distance? We know distance as meter square, over what is mass? Kg square. So that's the same to do here. Kg will cancel 1 kg here. It will now turn to from kg raised to power 2 to what? Kg raised to power 1. The same thing, once this kg come up again, it will change to what? Kg minus 1 m times m square. This m is the same thing as m raised to power 1. Once you do, if you know indices, m1 times m square is the same thing as m raised to power 1 plus 2, which is also what? M raised to power 3. So you do m raised to power 3 times what is here again? S raised to power minus 2. You just bring it down. Then remember for dimension, you change kg to m raised to power minus 1, change meter to l raised to power 3, s minus 2, you change it to what? T raised to power minus 2. So this is the correct answer. Then let me just give you this last bonus. Energy density. Anytime you hear energy density, elastic density, it means divide it by volume. So what is the formula for energy? Force times distance. Energy is also the same thing as work done. Force times distance over volume. So what is force? You know force as kg meter per second square. So you must just learn all this unit and formula by reading and practicing. Then distance is what? Meter. Over what is volume? Volume is meter cube. volume means raised to power 3, area means raised to power 2, volume means raised to power 3. So this meter cube, when one m cancel m here, it will change to m raised to power 2. When another m cancel this m, it will change to m raised to power 1. Remember, when this m raised to power 1 that is down come up, it will change to what? M raised to power minus 1. So you now have kg m raised to power minus 1, s raised to power what? Minus 2. Just bring it down here. M replace kg, L replace m, T replace s. So you put everything that is here, everything that is here. Remember, this kg is the unit of mass, this m is the unit of length or distance, this s is the unit of time. But in dimension, I told you use the first alphabet. M for mass, L for length, T for time. So let me just give you a question. Find the dimension of pressure. Drop answer in the comment section. Yeah.